It was a high-end food factory, but as we came across the poverty, malnutrition, our hearts changed with inspiration of His Holiness Pramukh Swami Maharaj. We changed the whole concept into not-for-profit, but I think as we spoke upstairs, Your Excellency, now we need to redesign into commerce as well as charity. We shall agree to that. When somebody approached Mr. Tata, a leading businessman and philanthropist in India, and he wanted to retire, so he sought an advice from Mr. Tata that I'm going to retire and do some social work. Mr. Tata told him, don't be naive, just set a good factory, go non-profit, employ people, use your local food, and strive rather than retiring and doing some charity, which is a donation, one-off. Instead, run an industry and do a continuous sustainable activity. We intend to follow that advice, and additionally, Your Excellency, whatever you told us, we shall follow that too. Our Ministry of Health, our consultants, our donor parties, they all talk about lack of nutrition, need of nutrition, but there has never been a product which can be taken on a plate and taken to people. Here is we are. We are setting that factory where only the concept of nutrition does not remain in lectures, PowerPoints, documents and presentations, but it is brought on plate and brought to people so that they really become nutritious and healthy. This relieves our health system. We'll see fewer lines at Mulago and employment which it can generate, the youth, the disabled. Incidentally, the ED KCCA was not available as she was traveling, but I want to request her, give me 50, 100, 200 cabins in Kampala, outskirts, other counties. We employ disabled. If you have a disabled in your family, you could imagine he or she would be most neglected, humiliated person without any self-dignity, self-respect. When he or she starts earning a little money, that self-respect will come. This is also a social service. This is a transformation, bringing somebody's morale up. When they are disabled, they do nothing. They get nothing. No respect, no dignity. Value addition. All the foods which we intend to make will be obtained locally from our farmers, peanuts, sim-sim, milk powder, soy, maize, oil. All those ingredients, when we buy by forming local cooperative unions, then all of them can prosper rather than importing the same food in hundreds of millions of dollars, we can make them here. Your Excellency, I really want to request you. It is very sad, 52% of our women suffer from anemia. Naro has developed those beans which has maximum amount of iron. In conjunction with Harvest Plus, we are trying to create recipes, trying to mix that ingredients into our food, which can disguise the not so tasty, but we make them tasty. I really want you to make it mandatory, the way you did it as iodized salt, the way you make, say, Voters ID or National ID a mandatory, if you, by your mechanism, can benefit out of that. I have taken a step as if I am an individual, but I am trying to embrace the sky. I am trying to achieve something which usually UN agency could do. But it is my prayer, please join us, donors, friends, ministries, government. I specifically want to acknowledge the support of OPM officials who are present here. They have helped us. They are intending to support us for all the refugee crisis which we are suffering. This journey I have started solely. In our culture, they say, if you don't find somebody, go alone. As you go along, you'll find your friends. You'll find your partners. Your Excellency, I want to find you. Support me. I will do wonders. Trust me. I am dedicated. Last week, one of your investment advisors, one Mr. Muzinguzi, called, asking me for details like what's your investment, what's it about, and what are your challenges. I just talked to him about what we intend to do. He wasn't satisfied. He said, but what are your problems? I said, I have no problems. Our Holiness used to tell us a fable, God's confusion. One day God says, I have created universe, I have created the earth, I have created mountains, rivers, people with 2 hands, 2 legs, the brain, and yet every other day they come to church, temple, mosque with a demand list. Now instead of getting something out of all my creations, what I am ending up getting is only a demand list. Every day there is a demand. Now, this is probably the same case with you. Whichever investor or local investor comes to you, he comes with his demand. Now, I fail at times to understand somebody who started in his early 30s a career to relieve us from a lot of tyranny. He did not have a very long kind of a happy family life in terms of dedicating his life for the struggle, all those years in the struggle. After that, he relieved us. I very well recall the 1986, your first swearing in, which my brother witnessed. I witnessed your 1996 swearing in by Stefana Kavai. And since then, you have devoted your life. You're working tirelessly. We all know Mama Janes has been running around the country for last few weeks and tirelessly moving. Why? Because Mama thinks that these are my children, we need to motivate them, she wants the welfare of us. And yet, when both of them are found somewhere, we look for them and say, I have a problem, please help me. I believe it is we who have to give him back. He's the father of the nation, he has built the nation. Father's Day is approaching, 17th June is a Father's Day. I want to give my humble offering here to my father. This is my infrastructure, my intelligence, my experience. Please use me. No cost, because it's a gift. This is what we should be doing rather than sending the demand list either to God or either to our father of the nation. Now they deserve something from us, not keep asking. We should find our ways. They have set us, they have set the economy, they have set the politics, they have set the safety, security, international relationship. How much they have achieved? If you see other African countries, how much chaos is there? It's not even safe to move out. You can move at midnight here. Thank you, Excellency. In the end, I would only say, I'm here at your disposal. Call me anytime. I'll do everything what you want. Jai Swaminarayan.
Another round of applause for the chairman.
Congratulate Mr. and Mrs. Harish for their wonderful effort here. This effort has got 3 elements. Element number 1, value addition. This is the problem for Uganda and for Africa. Africa produces a lot of products, agricultural products, forest products, water products, mineral products, but many of them are not processed. That's where the problem is for Africa, not processed. When they are not processed, they fetch less value. When you sell them, like when we sell coffee, when it is not processed, we get $1 per kilogram. And yet the same kilogram, when it is processed, it can go for $20, $30. So all those dollars between the raw material and the final products are donated to the outside. The same with cotton, the same with the Therefore, this man is a man of God. They have got their God. And they have got their Pope. You have your Pope, but they have theirs also. He wanted, I will come to that. His idea is that he wants to do it for charity only. But what I'm telling him is that even if you did it without charity, it will still be very good for the country and for the people. Just the value addition. Processing. If all these products are processed, the economy of Uganda will go up 10 times bigger. All the products we have now, if they were all processed, the size of Uganda's GDP would go up by about 10 times without adding new products, just processing the ones we have now. 10 or more times. So he's doing value addition here. Okulongo samu mu bintu byaffe ebyawano. Okulongo samu to process so that they can be sold in the local market, the regional market, or the international market. Because when you process something here, it can be sold in Uganda, it can be sold in the region of Africa, it can be sold abroad. But if it's not processed, most likely it will not reach far. It will just be eaten here or get spoiled. We get a lot of post-harvest losses. Post-harvest losses, we lose a lot of food. A lot of products which go bad because they are not processed. So this is number one here. But number two, he has synthesized 1, 2, 3, 4 things together. Because there is one of our processors there, Mama Amina. She's also a processor of sugar. She gets sugar from sugar cane. That is value addition. But this one, he gets sugar, he gets honey, he gets iron, he gets other things, proteins, and puts them together. This is the synthesis I'm talking about, the synthesizing. So that instead of disturbing your stomach by eating too many things, you eat muhogo, cassava to look for carbohydrates. You eat beans to look for protein. You eat something else to look for fat. Then you eat all the makola. Amakola gonna. The vegetables. To look for some of the proteins, not all of them. Because you may not get, because they have got vitamin A, vitamin D3. Vitamin D is for, we studied it in the schools long ago, before you people you were born. It is called anti-rachitis, anti-rickets. When you see people with legs which are bent like this, rickets, emitego, banyankore bagite emitego. Huh? Emitege, ichilingoli nyankole. Bolabo owe emitego, omanyantiti afuna vitamin D. You know, the one with the rickets. Vitamin E, vitamin K1, vitamin B1, vitamin B2, niacinamide, pantothenic acid, vitamin B6, biotin, folic acid, vitamin B12, iodine, iron, selenium, and zinc. These are all incorporated in a product which has got carbohydrates for energy and proteins for the bricks of the body. Proteins are the bricks of the body. We build the body with amatofari, agomubiri. So this is the second thing he's doing here. Number one, value addition. But number two, combining. His idea is to do this for charity, for no profit. That's good, but there is no harm in doing business also. Because if you produce these wonderful foods here and you export them to the United States, are you going to give the Americans charity? They are already suffering from money. I don't think it will be religious to give people who are already very fat with money and then you give them free things also. So I think it is very, very religious to get money from those rich people. So I would meet with him and Minister of Finance and Minister of Industry, and we agree on a hybrid, because really business can grow more. What we want is to add value to our bananas, to our there's a food they don't know, there's millet.
Yes.
We do use it.
I eat millet. I don't eat bread unless I'm abroad and I have nothing to eat. That's when I eat bread. A little bit of it. It's not good food, bread. I don't know why you eat it. I don't eat rice. I eat kalo, as you know, millet, and cassava, and our food is here. So these foods, they are a gold mine. When they are processed and exported, or sold within Uganda or in the region, plus the charity part, which he's interested in, then the sky is the limit. So I want my staff to organize a meeting for him next week. I want him to come to Entebbe, and we see how we can mix the business with the charity. But for me, I'm more interested in the business. I'm more interested in the business. He's more interested in going to heaven through charity. But I know I can also go to heaven through business. So I am very, very happy. I didn't know this man and his wife. I knew their pope. Their pope came to see me. I received 2 or 3 popes. The one over Rome, and this one. I think there was also another one. I've forgotten who it was. And they told me about their religion, which is human-based. They care very much about the human being, which is the same with the Christianity. Because the real Christians, not the ones I see around here, Kampala. Banaveda mu Kampala wano, basi ukadda. Beita abakristo naye abakristo zesibulawa. But the real Christians are actually the 2 commandments of the Christianity are love God with all your heart and your might, and love your neighbor as you love yourself. That's what it says. So when you love your neighbor as you love yourself, that means you have overcome selfishness. Now this man is already Christian, although he doesn't know it, because he has overcome selfishness, which is the main problem of the non-Christians. So I'm very happy to be here to open this factory, and I will give the operation all the support you need. Thank you very much.
There's a present, a gift from Mr. We'd like to give it to you, and then maybe the chance of a photo opportunity.